Welcome to another Building Hogwarts and LEGO update, and I'm really excited to show you guys this week all the progress I've been making on the Great Hall. I got a really big parts order in from Germany, and fun story, you know that great feeling when you open your package and you sit down and you're going to make a lot of progress? Yeah, I don't either. And I've got a math degree. That's embarrassing. Let me show you what I mean. Here is the current state of my Hogwarts Great Hall. I was trying to complete all of these window pieces here because, as you can see, I've got several gaps. That was not the original plan. I had gone through and ordered enough pieces to complete all these windows, but as it turns out, this was my error because I went through and I added everything up to get the exact correct amount that I would need. And when they all came in and I started building windows, I had forgotten the bay window. And as you can see here, this bay window uses a ton of these 1x1 plates that I use to create the windows. I'd ordered like 1,200 plates thinking that I would have enough to go around the entire perimeter to get this top level finished. And I was correct in that, but this bay window took over 1,000 1x1 plates by itself. An extreme number of pieces. And so naturally, I've got all these gaps in here now where windows should be, but aren't. Because when I finished building the bay window, I looked at my parts left, and I looked at what needed to be completed, and I saw that I was in trouble. But with that being said, I was still able to get most of the walls built up. As you can see from the last update, I have this entire top section done now. And also on the opposite side as well, it is built up to the window height. But I really can't build any farther than that in height because these windows, see how they just slot in and out? I need to get those in before I can cover this with bricks and keep adding to it. Otherwise, I'll have to go back and basically progress will be pointless. Let's take a look at these bay windows. If you've ever seen photos of Hogwarts close up, these top parts of the bay windows are it's not straight up windows like you see here. There's like little arches and some decorative type looking pieces in the actual model. And I tried to illustrate that using plates in the dark tan to kind of show some arches in there. They came out okay, I think. It's going to have to be as good as that's going to get because with my window design, I am limited in that fashion. But I think once I get this capped off here and tied in with the rest of the wall, that it's going to look just fine. Some other great progress that was made is over here. Now this is the wall that will be the interior wall of the entrance hall. And I've finished the alcoves here for all the knight statues. And these knight statues are a really simple custom build. I looked at getting the official ones that were released, I think in 2010, but the prices have gone up so much on them. They're like $10 or $15 each. And I would need 20 of them, and I did not fancy spending that amount of money on some knight minifigures that really aren't going to be too visible because they're on an interior section. But basically what I've done here is one of the sets that came out in 2020, I believe it's the Hogwarts First Flying Lesson, has a statue minifig like this, and except it has a robe piece instead of legs. But what I did was I bought several of those, and I have several more on the way, as you notice, several of the gaps. But I bought a lot of them, and then I swapped the robe piece out for just regular legs. And these helmets I found on the Build a Minifig table at the LEGO store. So I just bought a bunch of those and stuck them on there. A few of these guys have beards because I had some beards laying around, and I thought it would make it look good to have some variety in these minifigs. And then I just armed them with some weapons. And that is the look for the Gryffindor knight statues there. And when this other order comes in, like I said, I have enough to go ahead and finish that off. And we'll get that section complete. This is really all that's left of the entrance hall interior. I'm still a really big fan of how these windows look with the lights shining through it. And it'll look even better once I get it finished with those gaps over there. I had some people ask me where I purchased the lights for this project. I purchased them from Light My Bricks. I really think the company did a good job, and I like the quality of the product and the ease of use. We'll take another pass through here of the interior details of the Yule Ball. I just think that has turned out so well. And I'm going to integrate some more pieces in here to make it look a little bit more wintry. I don't want to spoil it all right away, but we'll get those in. And like I said, I have to do several more minifigs, probably 8 to 10 more, just to kind of make it look a little bit busier and improve on the way that looks. I think when you have such large-scale MOCs like this one, that the busier and more detailed you can make small things look, I think that really adds to the overall effect and helps it from keeping look too plain. I was able to finish hiding all the lights. If you watched a previous video, you'll notice that I had bare wires laying around. The wires for these torches here have been integrated into this wall. And then there was a big long wire that connected all the lights on this side. I had to loop it around with a big wire to the boards over on this side. And they're just buried in down underneath this bay window into the wall. And then you'll also notice this student here. One of the things that I've really enjoyed is I like to play the LEGO Harry Potter games a lot. And one of the parts of every level is you had to rescue a student in peril. And so I'm trying to incorporate students in peril into various situations and segments of the castle, just to give it something more to look at and to look for, and just to have a little bit of fun with it. So this girl has clearly been buried by a drop of snow or an avalanche or something, and she's already not having a good time. It's kind of ruined her Yule Ball, for being honest. Still have a little bit more to go on the brick height on this side to get it up to the same height as this over here, but there's really just no point. There's not a lot more I can do right now until I get these windows installed. But once I get that in there, then the rest of these walls should come up really nicely. Now, I know this is a video about the Great Hall, but I want to move back to the entrance hall for just a moment because I had to make an edit. So I had to add in this tower here. One of the things that I was noticing when I was looking at reference photos is that even though this section here doesn't have a center column because it's been removed for these extra large windows, once you get up to the roof line, they went ahead and put in these top towers. That way it has even spacing all the way down the Great Hall. And I had forgotten that. So I went ahead and put this in, and it's exactly the same as the other ones. But integrating it turned out to be pretty difficult because I had to take apart all of this because the way the bricks were staggered in order to get down to this level here to add the base of this tower. I had to disassemble a good chunk of the entrance hall, and that killed out a few days working on that. But I got it in, and I think it looks really good. Adds a little bit of extra detail to the entrance hall. And man, I cannot wait to get the towers along here so that when I scoot the two sections together, it'll just be continuous all the way down like it is supposed to look. And if you want to know more about how we got to this point, check out this video right here, and it'll walk you through a playlist, and you can see all the progress updates that we have made so far on the castle, like building the entrance hall and getting to this point on the Great Hall. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, bye.